I uncovered an almost 3-year affair. And so, baby, on July 4th, Independence Day, I declared my own independence and I filed for a divorce. But yet, that freedom came with the highest cost I've ever had to pay.
Welcome, Royal One, to audacity to rule. The unmuted awakening. This is where silence ends and sovereignty begins. Where power is remembered, identity is restored, and your voice becomes your crown. I'm your host, Queen Chi, and this is your summons to rise, rule, and roar. Unmuted, let's begin.
Welcome back, Royal Ones, to Audacity to Rule, the Unmuted Awakening. Today, I want to take you deeper into my story, deeper into the silence that almost swallowed me. Have you ever been swallowed? I'm sorry, shout out to TD Jakes. But God's sovereignty broke me free, y'all. Because the truth is, the crown that I wear today was not handed to me in comfort. It was forged in fire. For 25 years, I was married. And for 25 years, I learned how to shrink. I learned how to silence myself in order to survive. I endured betrayal. In year 8 of my marriage, a child outside of my marriage popped up. And I endured sabotage, finances destroyed, my worth mocked, even my name ridiculed. And by my name, I mean Queen Chi. When God first gave me that moniker, my ex-husband asked me, "Who do you think you are to call yourself Queen?" I endured absence because of jail sentences, wandering affections, words that cut deeper than any blade. And yet, I stayed. I stayed because I believed silence was safer than the sound of my own truth. But in 2023, I uncovered an almost 3-year affair. And so, baby, on July 4th, Independence Day, I declared my own independence and I filed for a divorce. But yet, that freedom came with the highest cost I've ever had to pay. I left my family home with nothing but hope and trembling faith. Y'all, it broke me because I was over an hour away from my children, and I was the type of mom, I wake up with them, I'm in their rooms, I'm, taking them to school, all that kind of stuff. And my finances were jacked up, so I didn't have financial stability. I was in pain physically, emotionally, spiritually. It literally felt like somebody had died, like I was grieving, but the person was still alive, acting crazy. And so I cried myself to sleep more nights than I could even count. And I would ask God, like, am I still your queen? Like, I don't feel like a queen right now. With all of this stuff and this chaos going on, I don't feel like a queen, but he would always respond, yes, I crowned you. But in that silence, something happened. God met me, y'all. I found myself on a Thy Kingdom Come prayer line, y'all. And what began as 1 hour of prayer turned into hours of pressing, of weeping, of waiting. And those sacred hours, in that time, my silence became a womb and not a grave. I joined another sisterhood called Sisters United, and I discovered what true covenant feels like. Women who did not just pray for me, but they carried me. They carried me. Community is so vital and important. And for the first time in a long time, I wasn't silenced anymore. I was seen. I was heard. I was remembered. And slowly, my identity began to rebuild. My voice returned, first as a whisper, and then as a roar. And my life shifted from financial devastation to divine elevation. God surrounded me with mentors, with wealthy and wise communities, with sisters who reminded me that silence was never my identity. And so in that awakening, I understood silence is not your end. It's your reset. Betrayal is not your identity. It's your birthing ground. And sovereignty, y'all, it is not reserved for the perfect, right? Recovering perfectionist here, and life still was toe up until God, okay? But it's really given to those who dare to rise. So let me speak this over you right now. You may be walking through heartbreak. You may feel overlooked and undervalued and dismissed. You may wonder if your silence has disqualified you. But let me decree this. Your silence is breaking. Your voice is returning, and your sovereignty is awakening. Say this with me. I am no longer silenced. My scars are not my shame. They are my strength. I am crowned, I am called, and I am unmuted. This is why I created Audacity to Rule, the Unmuted Awakening. Not because I'm perfect, because I'm proof. I'm proof that silence can be shattered. I'm proof that sovereignty can rise from ashes. I'm proof that your story is not over, it's just the beginning. And so, thank you for joining me today. If this spoke to you, please share it. Make sure you review the episode in the comments and send this to someone who you know needs to be reminded to roar. This is Audacity to Rule, the Unmuted Awakening, and your awakening continues the moment you decide to unmute.